So in this section we're going to talk about operations with polynomials. As a brief intro to what we're about to do, it's important to remember that adding and subtracting polynomials is really all about combining like terms, while multiplying polynomials is all about foiling, which is also called expanding. Just as a side note, dividing polynomials is a subject that we'll be talking about much later on in the course. That said, let's go ahead and jump into an example. Let's go ahead and compute the following sums and differences from these polynomials. So sum or an addition. Here, what we're really doing is we're just adding the like terms. We could even drop the parentheses if we wanted to. Namely, what we really have here is, you can think of this as 5x cubed plus x cubed, and then minus 7x squared plus 2x squared minus 3 and plus 8. Oh, wait, I forgot. Minus x, then minus 3 and plus 8. So you see here, because of the commutative property, we can actually move around our additions and subtractions in the following way. And now it's just all about combining like terms. So here we have 6x cubed. Here we have negative 7 plus 2, so negative 5x squared. Here we just have a minus x. And then we have negative 3 plus 8, which is positive 5. On this bottom one, the important thing to recognize here is when we do a subtraction, it's really like adding a negative. Namely, we can distribute the negative through and just add. So we have 7x to the fourth minus x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus, or minus, so to speak, negative 3x to the fourth. The negative distributes here, so plus 4x squared and minus 3x. Okay, that's from distributing the negative. Now, what we now do is it's just like before, where we add like terms. So we have 7x to the fourth and minus 3x to the fourth. A lot of times I like to take care of these by canceling them out, so I know I've taken care of them. So all the x to the fourth terms I took care of. That gives me a 4x to the fourth. There's no x cubed terms. There are a couple x squared terms though, and negative x squared and a 4x squared, so positive 3x squared. So I took care of those terms. For the x terms, I have a minus 4x and minus 3x, so minus 7x. Took care of those terms, and finally I have the plus 2 left. So that takes care of that. So this would be my answer. Now it's time for you to try working examples. So go ahead and find the difference between these two polynomials and write the resulting polynomial in standard form. And on the count of 3, I'll go ahead and reveal the solution. 1, 2, 3. So this would be the solution to that problem. Notice I use the arrows to show the like terms. Now, let's talk a bit about the FOIL method. What does FOIL stand for? Well, FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and then last. So the reason why we like the FOIL method is that it helps us to multiply two binomials together. Okay? So how does this work? Well, FOIL tells us that we combine the first terms, 3x and 5x, so that would be our f. Then we add in the second term, then we add in the outer terms. So these are the outer terms. 3x, 7. Then we add the inner terms. That would be negative 2 and 5x. And then we add the last terms. So this was our O, that was our I, and that was our L. In other words, then we just have to simplify as much as possible. So 3x times 5x is 15x squared. 3x times 7 is 21x. we have plus negative 10x, so minus 10x, and then plus negative 2 times 7, so negative 14. Let's quickly go through and do another example of this. This goes really quickly once you get used to it. So what we have here is we have 2x minus 4 times x plus 5, and we want to compute out this multiplication. That is, find the product of the two. Well, let's look at our first outer, inner, and last terms using FOIL. So foiling this out, we have 2x times x, which gives us 2x squared. We have our outer, which is 10x. We have our inner, which is negative 4x. Then we have our last, which is negative 20. Okay? So if you're quick enough with this, with the multiplications, it's really not too hard. And feel free to use your fingers as needed. And now I just need to combine the like terms. 10x minus 4x is 6x, and then minus 20. And now it's time to have you work an example. So go ahead and use the FOIL method to find the product of 3x minus 1 and x minus 5. And on the count of 3, I'll reveal the solution. 1, 2, 3. There you have the solution. For more practice, be sure to look at the textbook and work problems 3, 4, and 15 through 36 on page A33. And in our next video, we'll be talking about special products that can result from foiling.